If you're watching on YouTube, it's gonna be a little different. I don't want to make it too light. I want to be honest with you guys, and I want to tell you everything that happened. And if I make joke, it is only because I'm coping, and it still angers me a lot with what happened, with what this person did. I don't make enemies easily. We're going to talk about Nerd's wrongdoings. Let's start off with who Nerd is and how we met, because this is going to be a video that's posted, and some of you guys don't know who Uncultured Nerd is. And yes, I'm naming him because he's a danger to people. Actually, legitimately, I think he's a danger to society, but he masks very well. There are things that I can't have to say allegedly to for legal reasons, but I've seen it. I trust my gut. I know the people. I vouch for whoever told me this information. I've seen the things with my own two eyes. Mods have even seen screenshots of the things that I've seen. Some of them, not all of it. We're going to talk about Uncultured Nerd and what he did to this community and how he ruined it for everybody. I met Nerd when I was probably like a 800 follower Andy. I had probably 800 followers on Twitch. I was, in some people's eyes, big. In some other people's eyes, not that big. To me, that feels small compared to where we are now. I'm just gauging it that way. I asked him to be mod years ago because I didn't have mods around during the time I would stream, because schedules change for people around me, for mods around me. So I thought, why not bring on somebody else? Someone who's always here, someone who's a regular. He was very active, very normal. He was saying some inappropriate stuff, but never towards me, because he obviously read my rules. I don't like to be sexualized. You guys know that. So he would say things about anime women, you know, typical things you would banter in chat, whatnot. That's how we met. That's how I modded him. He seemed like an okay guy. At that point, I had probably known him for a little less than a year, but he was very active and came in almost every single day. So I needed help. He seemed like a normal person. We got to know each other. He got along well with the other mods for the most part. That's how he was modded, whatever. This was years ago. Fast forward to as of maybe December chat. I noticed some weird behavior by Nerd. It started to shift a little bit. I don't know if you could equate it to him losing weight. Maybe not, maybe yes. I have no idea. I will just say that he's just started to change around last year, 2025. He started getting a lot more insecure, or showing his insecurities more. He would say very passive aggressive stuff, but would label it as banter. And I would think, oh, it's nothing but banter, because Nerd's always like this. He always banters this way. It started to become very real. There were nights where I would go on call with him just so he would calm down, or like just so he wouldn't overthink and think the worst. It started to make a really, really big impact on my mental health, because I'm not getting much sleep already. So for me to handle someone else's load of like mental health, like just obstacles they make on their day-to-day, their issues, their day-to-day issues, their overall like just traumatic issues, it weighed heavy on me. But they were a friend, or at least I saw them this way. They were a friend for years. How could I turn away a friend that needs me? I say this to all the mods. You guys can message me, call me if you're ever having dark thoughts, if you're ever having dark times. Message me. I'm one message away. You can rely on me as a friend. He took that and ran with it. And I knew he wasn't in the right state of mind, because half the time he would slur his words, and I would ask him, are you drinking? Are you drunk? So it was more like a drunk, hey, I need to vent kind of thing. And I don't think you're productive when you're drunk. You just aren't. Sure, some sober thoughts come through, but I don't think you're productive at all. I guess let's start. Let's segue to this. It was one late night, and I have DMs. If you want proof and you don't trust what I'm saying, that's okay. I completely understand. Hey, you're good. You're right to hesitate if there's no evidence. You're so right. There will be evidence. I will compile them. That's at a later date. I've compiled my thoughts only today, and I'm still a little angry. So I don't even really want to go look at the DMs again, but because I'm so sick of hearing his name. But if I get emotional, it's only because I'm angry. And it's only because I feel so disappointed in myself for not keeping you guys as safe as possible. It's something I'm struggling with. That's got nothing to do with you guys. For those of you that were harmed, I'm genuinely so sorry. It all started with Orc. Orc was not the problem. Orc was unfortunately a target as well. This person had made it known that they don't like Orc. I asked them, well, I say this person is Nerd. Nerd made it known that he did not like Orc. I was surprised because nobody has ever come forward saying that they don't like Orc. They've never said that, ever. So it surprised me that he said that. And I thought he bantered with Orc tremendously, like in chat. I thought they got along well because the interactions I've seen in chat. They were drunk and they said some really malicious stuff. Don't quote me completely, but they said something along the lines of like, Orc is a bitch. I said, whoa, like, don't say that. I don't stand for talking shit about a friend behind their back when they're not here to defend themselves. And they started telling me about how like he's a man that hates other men. And I would say, why do you think that? Like, I'm trying to reason with you because I genuinely think you're coming from a place of hurt. Where is this coming from? Me trying to think like, actually like baby your emotions. Where is this coming from? Why do you hate him? He says, I think it's because Orc hates men. And I said, why? He gets along so well with Pesty, with Nye. He gets along with Greenie. He gets along with PeePa. I'm like, where he gets along with a lot of men in chat. Where are you getting this from? Where's this coming from? He was like, he's the type of person to like, to just hate men and like talk shit to men and belittle them. And I'm like, are you talking about his banter? I try to come at him as an adult. Because mind you, I'm almost 30. The man, nerd's 40 something. He's an adult. So let's be real. Let's be real. I'm not going to go around saying, hey guys, he's insecure. I'm not going to say that. I want to know why you feel the way you do. He didn't give me an explanation at all. He just said, look at him. Literally look at him. I said, what? Look at what? What do you want me to look at? And he says, go scroll up in Big Boss. For those of you who don't know, Big Boss is our Discord DMs, our Discord private chat where we go in there when there's trouble in chat. Mods go in there to tell so-and-so to keep an eye on so-and-so. Whatever. Anything that's happening live, they go in there to check, or if we're like catching up with each other, we're in there. That's pretty much it. That's all it's ever used for. There's nothing ever malicious going on in there. Like, I know we joke and saying, oh, I'm gonna leak Big Boss. You could leak it. There's nothing to hide in there. Nothing at all whatsoever. It's not like we badmouth anyone. It's literally only stream stuff and we catch up with each other. He says, scroll up. And I'm like, okay, I'm scrolling. Like, what is here? Mind you, it is like 2 a.m. We're on a Discord call. He's like, scroll up. Literally go look at any message he said. I'm not seeing anything. I'm seeing him banter. So then I break it down. Is it his banter? Is it his banter that bothers you? Because if it is, I understand that. If you feel targeted because of that and you feel uncomfortable because of that, I understand that. Let's talk to him. I guarantee if you bring this up and you set a boundary and you tell him, hey, I don't like the way you talk to it. I know you're joking, but like, stop talking to me this way. He refused. He refused because I think his baby ass ego would get hurt if he had to confront another man. God forbid he had to take accountability. God forbid he had to talk to another man. Because when I tell you this, he manipulated so many women. I was like, he doesn't have problem with other men. I don't see where you're getting this. If it's his banter, let's talk about it. I will be the mediator. I even said, I'm so sorry you felt this way. I had no idea you felt this way. I genuinely thought you were bantering with him. Because let's be real, Nerd also bantered with Orc in chat, saying you get no whatever, and Orc would banter back and forth with him. This is why I thought it was joking, because he would say the same thing. He would make the same jokes to Orc. So like, of course, you know, it's gonna be flung both ways because they're joking. It's a banter. It's banter. Like, I always joke with Orc this way. Like, he knows I appreciate him. He knows I see him like a good friend. Orc, I'll say you to Orc, but do I really want the worst for Orc? No, obviously I care deeply for our friendship, obviously. And also for Greenie. Can I be nice to Greenie if I really needed to? Sure. Will I be nice on a daily basis? No. F off. F you. F Greenie. But that's the homie. Don't you talk shit about the homie. I was so confused because he didn't understand it was banter. I said, let me be the mediator. He said, no, don't bring it up. I'm sorry I even brought it up. He'll say passive aggressive things like that. I'm like, no, I care about your feelings. I care about you as a friend. Let's figure it out. I will talk to Orc if you need to. You don't even need to be there. That's what I was saying. You don't even need to be there. I'll talk on your behalf if that's what you want. He said, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That'll just mess everything up. And I always wondered what he meant by mess everything up. Because at the time I was like, what does he mean by that? But I'm thinking, oh, he's just his drunk ramblings and shit. He decided he didn't want to do that. I said, okay, I respect your boundaries. I went and told Orc because I cared about Nerd's feelings. I said, Orc, I think Nerd feels a certain way about your banter. If you could tone it down a little bit, that'd be great. He didn't want me to reach out to you, but I'm doing it on behalf of his own feelings. I went and did it on my behalf because I didn't want him feeling that way. I really didn't. I said I don't want him feeling secluded because he said he felt like secluded. And then he started saying there's an inner circle. I have no idea where he even got that idea. The only way he could get there is because of me, Greenie, and Orc played a lot during night streams. The reason we played a lot during night streams is because it just worked for our schedule. The dude was never around. Nerd was never around for stream during night streams. Let's be that. If one of y'all can name me a time he did a command in chat, I will praise you. I don't think you can find it. He was not active during night streams when I switched. And that's okay. And I told him that's okay. But don't claim and don't lie and don't say that you were active because you were not. So he said, this is the part where you really start to see his true fucking colors. He says, sorry. I'm so sorry that I thought this was a safe place to talk. A safe place to talk? A safe place to talk is when you need a vent about life. When you need a vent about how your feelings are. Not shit talking other people. God forbid I'm not a backstabbing bitch that's gonna allow you to talk shit behind people's back. Call me crazy, but that's a fake ass fucking friend. If I had sat there and been like, yeah, no, nerd, I get it. Yeah, Orc is a bitch, blah, 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 and start spilling secrets and shit, what kind of friend does that make me? So now you're going to try to gaslight me into thinking that I'm a bad friend because you want to talk shit. That doesn't make sense. So then I said, no, I'm not. No, that's not what I'm doing. I said, no, I've tried to offer you peace. I tried to offer you fixing it, but you don't want to fix it. He left my DMs. He stopped talking and that was it. That was it. And he did this thing all the time where he just leaves and doesn't finish a conversation. I brought it up the next morning and said, hey, I know you're like probably awake now and you're like thinking straight. You're not drunk anymore. Can we talk about yesterday? Nothing. Absolute crickets. Nothing. He didn't say anything. He never brought it up, never talked about it again. Okay. I said, fine. Maybe he doesn't want to talk about it and he just doesn't want to say it. So I left it alone. I was waiting to see if like a week goes by and we can talk about it. I message again. I'm like, hey nerd, I hope you're doing okay. Can we talk about what we talked about the other day? Like I was like, I really am sorry that you felt that way. And I really want to make sure you feel okay and that you actually feel comfortable in this community. That's my goal with everybody. No answer. It's been a week. He did not answer me. When did he answer me? This is where I was like, okay, now I'm starting to feel like you're really selfish now. This is where the red flag kind of went off a little bit, but I didn't want to believe in the worst, and I hate that I did. I messaged, for those of you who don't know, I have an event that I organized called CCC with John Hawks. You guys can see John Hawks mods. Can we get a shout out for John Hawks? Y'all go follow him. Me and John created this baby. We adopted it. We molded it. We science experimented on it. It's a Frankenstein, if you will. We created this thing called CCC. It's content creator chaos, right? It is what it is. We created it for a better way for people to network organically and to collab together without being scared of just being scared and shy to reach out to other people. So the first CCC was coming up. I said, let me think of some friends that maybe I can invite so that we can have like collabs together because they're very shy people. I invite Hazel to CCC. She's amazing, beautiful, phenomenal, wonderful VTuber. And then I invite Nerd. Nerd had told me prior, or like way back, more DMs. He said, we don't play together. You'd rather play with Greenie. You'd rather play with Orc. You'd rather play with Pesty. I get it. I'm not in the circle. So in order for me to make them feel welcomed, I decided, why not invite him to CCC? Well, why not invite him to make him feel more welcome and so we can actually play together and he'll make the effort to join because he would never join the streams. And so I said, I'm going to put in the effort. He gets invited and before he gets invited, I hit him up in DMs. Mind you, I was still trying to contact him. He hadn't messaged me in like a week when I said, hey, are you okay, nerd? Hey, are you okay? He didn't respond to my last 2 messages. The minute that I messaged him about CCC, oh, yes, I'm so down. I'd love to come. And I said, did you get my other messages? He ignored it. Said what time is the event? Okay. So I said, all right, clearly he's uncomfortable and he doesn't want to talk about it. I'm going to let it go. We're going to move on from here. Days go by, weeks go by. Again, another insecure night. He's in my Discord saying, can we talk? And I'm like, okay. He gets mad and starts venting about Orc again. And I'm like, I told you I'm not comfortable about this. I'm like, really, legitimately, I think you need to talk to him. I think you need to set the boundary to him. Like, do it. Set the boundary. Let's do it. Let's get it together. No. I don't want to do that. No. If you do that, I might lose it. He would always say something like, I might explode. I might lose it. The worst could happen if you do that. And I'm like, okay, so it means a lot for you to keep this fucking secret for some reason. All right. And I said, because it seems like you have some deep rooted resentment towards him. And I said, this is not okay. So, if you don't want to fix it, that's fine. But don't bother me if you don't want to fix it. That's what I said. Something along those lines. And then he got pissy with me again. He got mad at me again. He was like, he would say things like, oh, it's okay. I knew you liked him more than I did anyway. It's fine. No, it's whatever. He would always say some passive aggressive stuff to me. And I'd be like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, I get it. I get it. He was like, no, I get it. I'm outside the circle. I'll never be him. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I'm not asking you to be him. I don't understand. He said, I'll never be your Carrie. I said, huh? Me? Carrie? When have I? You've seen me clown people coming in here saying, hey, need a Carrie? Trying to look for e-girls and shit. When have I ever asked for a carry? Ever. I said, I don't need a carry. What do you want about? I play ranked solo. I solo queue all the time. I don't need a carry. If I wanted to get boosted, I would, but I don't want to. I like to earn my shit, right? He's like, yeah, but I'll never be good enough to play ranked with you. This, that. I'm like, it's okay. You don't have to play ranked. We could play quick play. He's like, but you never invite me. I'm like, well, yeah, but because you never tell me you want to play quick play. I will switch from ranked to quick play so fast if you want me to. He said, no, but I don't want you to change stream. I want to play ranked with you. It really started to sound like you wanted me to carry you to like some high rank, to some diamond rank. I've seen your gameplay. You're not hitting it, buddy. I'm sorry. Not sorry, actually. And then he says and also you told me you were going to coach me. I said, yeah. I remember the last 2 times I DM'd you and I said, hey, are you online? Do you want me to teach you rank today? He bailed out for both of them. This bitch never wanted to put in any of the fucking work ever. And I said, well, if you want to get better, you either have to watch pros play, you have to learn when new updates come out, you got to learn new strats and how to better use utility kits. I could give you YouTube videos. I could give you my TikTok channels that I follow where I learn. Like I have so much, a top 500, some Celestial players that I get my tips from. Do you want those? And he was like, no. He's like, I just want to be good. And I'm like, okay, then work for it. Work for it. Like, get good. He said, but I can't. I have no time. I have work. I have a life, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, then it's fine. You don't have to play ring. We could just quick play. But I want it. I said, okay, then fine. Work for it. But I don't have time. Okay, that's fine. Then quick play. So we're going in fucking loops for this dog shit player. And so I was like, you don't have to be successful in a game to feel like you belong, is all I left it at. And he was like, I know I'm successful. He's like, I'm a successful businessman. I'm a successful husband. I'm a successful dad. This, that. And I'm like, okay. Are you trying to convince me? Or in my head, I'm thinking, are you trying to convince me or are you trying to convince you? And I was not entertaining this because I was like, you're being such a fucking child in my head. And I would get so annoyed and I would leave it at that. I wasn't sugarcoating anything after that. I was like, if you're not good and don't want to play ranked and don't want to learn, don't play ranked. It's fine if you can't. If you can't, whatever. That's just how life is. Fucking tough pinkies. Life's that way. So that's the whole thing with Orc. Now to the recent stuff that happened. This was all over the weekend. It all started, he gaslit me, he love bombed me, and then he left. He used support and he basically used it as a weapon towards me. That's the gist of it for there. The call started, I was in a Big Boss meeting. Big Boss meetings are yearly things I do with the mods here to make sure they're okay, to make sure they don't have suggestions. If they have suggestions, I'll ask them. If they have people they're concerned about, I'll ask them. If they have new games they want to play on stream that would be content, I'll ask them. It's basically a place for us to catch up for stream and talk about things and to make sure they're safe in chat and nobody's harming them. So I had the first meeting with let's rewind a little because I had my first meeting with Greenie. Now it was around like 4 a.m. So real fuck ass demon ass hours. It was around 4 a.m. Greenie was just getting up. He said, hey, I'll be on a call. I'll be there in a minute. Like if you're still down before you sleep, whatever. I said, yeah, because I don't sleep until like 10 a.m. So I was like, yeah, sure. We could talk about the changes that are coming because I initiated change. I said that I was going to make some changes to stream because I am nighttime now. I needed more help during the night. So it was at the moment, it was Greenie, it was Orc, and it was Simple that were hard carrying the stream at night and making sure no one came in here to fuck around and to make sure all commands are working and everything and everyone's in chat safe. Those are the 3 hard carries for nighttime streams. Applaud for them, by the way, because they've been holding it down. I started with Greenie, and Greenie, I said that I wanted to make changes. I wanted to bring some mods to step down a little bit because they're not as active anymore. And so we decided to create this role called AFK. Greenie came up with a fantastic idea. Instead of saying stepping down, we would call it a rearrangement. So whenever I did switch over to afternoon and to morning streams again, they would have their badge immediately again. And I said yes, because I'm actively trying to switch my schedule. This schedule has been killing me, but I'm actively trying. So I said, okay, that's a great idea. We decided whatever. We talked about who's the next mod. We talked about suggestions, who is best, yada, yada, yada. That call ended with Greenie. He went on about his day. I went to bed. I think the next day rolled around, and I was happy with what we had come up with, our plan that we had come up with, because we knew one punk ass bitch was going to be dramatic and a diva about it. So we wanted to be as careful as possible with it, because if I'm being honest, this person, if you dropped a drop of water on his shirt, I guarantee he's ending your friendship. That's how dramatic this bitch was. Nerd was actually so dramatic. Like, it was fucking insane. The next day happens, right? It's nighttime. I just get home. I forgot where I was, but I just got home. It was probably like 9 p.m. or something. Got home. Yes. Simfo said, when's mod meeting? Because she was around. She let me know that she was around. I said, okay, yes. I said, I could be on my PC in 10 minutes. I had to poop. I said, I'll be on my PC in 10 minutes. So I hop on. Simfo's there. Orc said, yeah, I'm around too. Orc hops into call. I ask Nerd, will you be around? Nerd says, I won't be on tonight. I am busy. I can't be on tonight. I won't be on for the whole night. I said, understandable. Let me know what time frame that works for you, and I will make time. If it's some crazy hours, I will make time. I want to talk to everybody. I want to make sure everyone feels included. So I said, I will make time. He said, okay, all right. Tomorrow being the next day. So I was like, okay, that's great. Fine. We'll talk tomorrow. So me and Sinfo are in call with Orc. We're talking about the decisions. They're giving me suggestions for who the next mod should be. I was like, okay, yes. Taking notes. And I'm like, okay, what do you think about this person? And so we're having conversations like that. They ask me, what are you going to do about the mods that are stepping down temporarily for the AFK role? I said, oh yeah, they'll get it back immediately after I switch my schedule. I don't know whenever that will be, but I know their schedules are conflicting and they won't be able to show up in stream because they haven't been here for like the past month or 2. And that's fine. I never held it against anyone. I never expected anybody to come running. I never expected anyone to drop what they're doing just to come into stream. No, I said, I understand. I wish you all the best. My headset's fell asleep. I wish you all the best. Do you? I'm so proud of you. This, that, and the third nipple. So they said, okay. They said, you think they said, I think you'll take it well. I think it'll be fine. I don't think you'll be as dramatic. Boy, were we fucking wrong. So then we continued on for a couple more minutes. We were playing Roblox for a little bit because we all didn't have a game that was downloaded that we could all play together. So we said, fuck it, let's play Roblox, because they had like a good hour to spend, because we ended our mod meeting kind of early with them. So we were still in call. Nerd had so much time to hop in call whenever possible if he wanted to join the meeting and give his 2 cents. We departed. Everyone got off Roblox. We said, bye, have a good night, everyone. I said something in Big Boss. I said, oh my God, we got dragged, because we were playing BadA. So we got dragged by a hair and like beat up by kids in the game. And I was making a joke in Big Boss. Big Boss is our group chat. I made a joke. Nerd, out of the blue, says, oh, are you guys still on? Do you have fucking eyes, you dumb piece of shit? No, we're not on. We're not fucking on. No, you can see. You're a mod. You can literally see who's still in voice call. Hello? Fucking hello? But I'm being nice. And at the time, I didn't hate his fucking guts. So I say, no, I just got off with Orc and Sinful, but I will make time. If it means lack of sleep, I will make time. Because I think I was going to take a nap or call it early. I don't remember. I think it was a Saturday. I was hired. And he said, he said, all right, I'll hop on. I said, okay, that's great. I'll be in call. Just hop in when you're ready. I said, I'll make time. So I was there longer, and I was sitting in call waiting for him. And so Simple hits me up, and I'm like, Simple's messaging me. What happened? She said, do you want me there for moral support? She said, because I know how dramatic he can be. I said, that's probably a good idea. No, you're right. You're so right, queen. So I said, yeah, sure, hop in. Because like, what do I have to hide? Literally what? She was in the first mod meeting. Why can't she be in the second? It's not like it's a one-on-one. The only reason I was doing it so scattered was because everyone had a different schedule. It's not like it's like a private conversation at all whatsoever. They knew this was public information. They knew any mod can hop in at any time. And so Nerd hops in first. Nerd hops in and is like, he gives the energy and I don't remember if he said this verbatim, but it was something along the lines of this. He's like, okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I'm like, hi, nerd, how are you? I'm like trying to say, hi, how are you? I can't even speak to you normally. You have a fucking attitude with me. And so I said, all right, he wants to get down to business. I'm thinking, oh, maybe he's in a hurry. So I'm like, okay, yeah, nerd. Who do you think should be mod? I'm thinking of bringing on one other mod or two other mods. Like, who should I bring on? He's like, oh, so you want me to pick? I said, yeah, I'm getting suggestions from everyone. You want me to pick my replacement? Oh, okay, I see. No, it's fine. What are you on about, bro? At the time, he didn't know about the AFK role. So he was probably just fishing, trying to make me feel bad so I wouldn't do what I was about to do. So he had no idea what was going on. And so I was saying, no. I said, I'm just picking a new mod for night schedule because night streams are really hard and there's 3 mods that are really carrying, but it's wearing them the fuck out. And I don't want to put that pressure on them completely. They are there like for the majority of the stream and I do appreciate them, but I want to at least like, ease some of the workload from them and make it a little easier. He's like, it's fine. It's fine. I get what you're doing. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to move on from his insecurities. And I'm like, so do you have suggestions? And he's like, I really don't think you need a mod. He tried to play it off like, I don't think you need more kind of thing. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you, I do. I feel like we do. This is my feelings. I feel like we do. And then Sinful joins. He gets noticeably more irritable. Sinful's quiet for the most part. She's a mediator. She didn't butt in. I didn't ask her to butt in. I just asked her to be a witness a bit. That's it. That's all I wanted from Sinful when she joined in call. By the way, get claps all around for Sinful because she a real one, dude. She's a real one for laughing at his face. We'll get to that later because it gets a little messy in the call. Like I said, he love bombed me. He's saying, because I see you as a sister. You're my little sister. He's like, I'm closer to you than I am with my real family. This, that. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I see you like that too. Because at the time, I'm thinking he's my friend. I wish nothing but the worst for him. I'm thinking he's still a decent person. He's just an insecure person. This is what I'm thinking. Boy, was I fucking wrong. Because after this, I'm glad we chased him off social media. I really am. I say chased him, but really he embarrassed himself in front of everyone on social media. Simple hops in, and he's getting a little annoyed. He's starting to say, you're my sister, this is that. And I said, yeah, I know, we're friends. I'm like, we're friends, we're close, we're friends. He showed me pictures of his family. He's told me things about his family. He's vented before. Okay, right. How does that change our friendship? He's saying, but if you unmod me, we can't be friends. I'm like, why? What the fuck? I'm like, what? Huh? What? I was like, why? That doesn't change anything. You literally still have my number. You have me on social media. We're always gonna talk. You stop by stream. It's not like I'm banning you from stream. When the love bombing didn't work, the guilt tripping started. He was like, but I supported you. Am I not? Am I not your number one supporter? First of all, number one person who's been subbing for the longest is someone named Mango. Mango's been subbing for the longest. So what the fuck you're also not even one of the top sub gifters. And not that money plays anything into this. I don't care if you watch for free. I don't care if you sub. I'm grateful that you sub and I'm so very thankful that you do. That's why I do silly things like gorilla spin and stickers so you can get at least a laugh for your $5. You are not one of the top gift subbers. If anything, Boop has more than you. Bro, how many of us have got a gifted sub from Boop in chat? Hello? So he said was I not your top supporter? Was I not your number one supporter? Was I not there day one? This, that. And I'm like, but money doesn't mean anything. You know you don't need a sub, right? You know you don't need a gift subs. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm grateful. I'm so very thankful. That's so nice of you to do that. But don't throw that in my face. That's so fucked. I'm like, so, and then I hit him with, so you're using me. He said no, it's not even like that. Like, why are you twisting it? He starts going back and forth with me. Like I said, he was love bombing. And I want to throw out there, I've helped him out with opportunities, with collabs. I helped him out joining the Latin Guild. I didn't say that. in front of everyone. I didn't throw that in your face. I didn't throw that. You know how many opportunities the Latin Guild gives people? Do you know? Do you know how much of a stepping stone the Latin Guild is? Are you aware? No, because you take everything for fucking granted, you piece of shit. But I never threw that in his face. So that was the conversation. He blew up. He started getting mad. Sinful stepped in. Sinful said, no, nerd, what Swiss is trying to say is XYZ. She's feeling used because mod seems to matter more than your friendship. You're saying the friendship's gonna be over if she unmods you. That's what you're saying, nerd. He's like, it's not even like that. Like, why would she even unmod me in the first place? This, that. So Sinful's trying to peacefully explain it. And this is what pisses me the fuck off so much. I actually lost it. I stopped the conversation because he was still going on a fucking rant with it. Sinful was talking. He said shut up. Just shut up already. He yelled it. Who the fuck do you think you are right now? Some big bad Billy badass here. Who the fuck do you think you are? That is so fucking uncalled for. That is so uncalled for. Why would you tell her to shut up? Don't do that. I said, don't do that. That's disrespectful. Don't do that. I really tried to keep my cool because I was feeling a lot of emotions at the time. I felt like I was losing a friend for 6+ years. So my headspace was like everywhere. Sinful said, no, it's okay. He's mad. He's upset. She was being so patient with him. He's saying, sorry that my dad's in the hospital. Sorry that I have a wife and kids. Sorry that I have obligations and work outside of this. Sinful said I just had a baby. I have other obligations too, but I'm in stream. What's your excuse? He got mad and I said, oh, I'm sorry for being such a shitty friend. I'm sorry for being there for when you needed it most. I'm so sorry. I'm just an evil businesswoman. This, that. I am so sorry. Blah, 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 blah. He got so mad because I was basically saying the same shit he was saying to me, to him. He left. He left right then and there. He left my server. He left the call. He left everything. At that moment, I was so hurt because I didn't know what kind of a shitty human being he was. I was so hurt in that moment. I felt like I really lost a 6+ year like friendship with a friend. I really did. Like I knew I knew stories about his wife and his kids. I knew stories about the things his children go through, as in like the trials and tribulations that his children go through. I knew things about his childhood because she shared that. I truly felt like I lost a friend in that moment. So I was hurt that he would just throw it away and that it never meant anything. My friendship never meant anything to him at all whatsoever. He was throwing it all away for a fucking badge. And this was just this was just a temp unmod. It's not like I said you're gone forever, you're banned from the channel. It's not even that. So after that, he blocked me on some socials. I blocked him on some socials. We went a little back and forth. He was talking shit about me. You can go look at the pinned message above on my Twitter. There's a collage of what he said about me. He was saying I considered you family and you do this to me? Fuck you. I'm done with content creation. And then the very next day, after he was sober and not a drunk fuck, he hops on his threads with all his e-girls. And there's nothing wrong with e-girls, but they were so blinded. He was paying some of them to be his friend, basically, but we'll get into that later. He was talking shit about me and he was flirting. He was actively flirting with a bunch of different women. Mind you, he has a wife. Today I learned he went around telling people he was single. There's more to that, but we'll get to it later. That's like the tail end of things. After that, he's on threads talking shit about me. Him and his, I guess, e-girlfriends, whatever. And I'm like, oh, we playing this? I'm still processing the friendship I thought we lost. I have not gone on social media once to talk shit about you, to talk down about you. I am processing what I thought was a 6+ year friendship, and you're over it in a night. Sober the fuck up and you're over it in a night. Oh, so that shit never meant anything to you. Buckle the fuck up, because it gets worse. So I called him out. He hadn't blocked me on one of the social medias. It was me that blocked him. I unblocked him. All right. I was like, I'm gonna embarrass you. I'm gonna show you. You want to talk shit about me? You want to play games with me? Play with your pussy. Don't play with me, bitch. Quote tweeted some shit and said under his post, if I could pull it up, I would. I don't know. Someone in chat could say whatever the fuck I said. When he said I retired from content creation, I said, as you should, because you manipulated so many people in this community. The very next day, I get DMs from 6+ different people from our communities that stopped being active. And I wondered, and this is what really grinds my gears, Chad. This is what really solidifies my fucking hate for this bitch. There were like 6+ people in my community that stopped being here because they felt it was unsafe or they felt intimidated because of him. They were in my DMs showing me screenshots of the shit he did and the shit he said. And in my head, I thought, sorry, I'm crying for the people in my community, not that fuck-ass bald bitch. In my head, I thought, maybe my content has gone stale. Okay, I tried. I looked inward towards me. I'm thinking it's me and the content I'm producing. No, it was him chasing everybody away. And I had no idea about this. I genuinely didn't know. And I'm so sad that I was blinded and I didn't keep chat safe. Everyone, again, I owe you, and I owe you such an apology if he was one of the ones that affected you. I really genuinely do. So more info came out. I don't want to name names, only if they're comfortable. I'll ask them if I could share the screenshots in Discord. I'll compile a whole document if you guys want to see screenshots and you don't believe my word for it. I'm sorry, I'm crying. I don't want to be like, oh, crying equals she wins, so she's using that as her ult. I'm sorry, I'm just an emotional person. More info came out where 2 people wanted to leave his Discord because it became an uncomfy place for him. Mind you, this was a while back, you guys. A while back. I don't know if you guys remember this, but he came in chat and was like, he said some passive aggressive stuff, but in a playful banter kind of way. He said, wow, so I see you. You always don't know me. You're never in my Discord. I said, nerd, I don't want to be in your Discord. He took a little bit of offense to that and I knew it bothered him. And he said like, what? There's nothing wrong with Discord. So you hate me, you know, like the jokes that me and Sinful do. You hate me. It's all jokes. I don't hate Sinful. Sinful doesn't hate me. And then I said, no offense. I said, nerd, I don't really like the NSFW, like the 18+, like the nudes. I'm not into ass, bro. I was making it as kind of a joke so he wouldn't feel uncomfortable. Because if I'm being real, one time I went into his Discord. It wasn't labeled 18+ or NSFW at the time, I don't think. I was thinking he had a normal Discord. Because I'm not active in many Discords. I'm not active in a lot. I'll support a homie, a streamer friend. I'll be in there. But I'm not in there checking every single message 24/7. I'm in like 40+ Discords. And that's not even including the ones for Twitch. I'm not in everyone's Discord and I'm sorry. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe. He said, you're never in my Discord. I said, I saw ass once and like titties. And it's not really for me. I don't really like that. He said, what do you mean? Oh, my server isn't NSFW. I said, nerd, I literally opened up a channel once that was selfies and there was a girl with her ass out, like you could see like the bottom of her cheeks, her fucking ass was hanging out, bro. There's nothing wrong with selling sex, do you, baby? But I didn't sign up to be in a server. Hello? I didn't sign up to be in that server. He said some people leave. Oh, fine, bye. Okay. At the time, I was like, oh, silly nerd. Okay, whatever. He's offended, but he's just being dramatic. I don't care if I hurt your feelings at the moment. I'm saying how I feel. That's just it. That's just exactly how it goes. So in the conversation where these 2 people said they were going to leave his server, they basically created a group chat because I don't know if they're here and I don't want to call them out. Maybe they could tell their version of it. I'm just giving the TLDR and I don't want to say names. These 2 people came forward and said, we don't want to be in your server anymore, nerd. It's in DMs. They created a personal DM and sent it to nerd privately, not in public, not in his server. What did nerd do? Nerd ran away like a fucking pussy. He left the group chat. He left their group chat after they were telling him how uncomfortable they felt and how it was nothing personal and how they wanted to pursue their own, streaming and their own Discord and show love to their own Discord they're creating. What did he do? He left because this bitch can never take accountability, can never confront anybody, and can never have a normal conversation when someone calls his fuck ass out. That was instance number 1. This is only the stuff I'm comfortable sharing because these people have told me and I'm not leaking any names. He put people in harm's way. This is another one that pissed me the fuck off. He put people in harm's way. He created environments that were really toxic and downright, like any adult with a fucking brain could see there's a problem with this person and this person being in this area. There's a problem with these people being around this person. He created intimidating areas. He created uncomfortableness all around and played it off as, oh, we're just joking in here. So yes, he put people in harm's way. He created toxic environments for people. Now, the person that was put in danger, I hope they're safe. I have no knowledge. I don't know. They're anonymous. For legal reasons, this is all alleged. I saw what I saw. I hope the best for that person, and I know you weren't in my community, but I just want you to be safe. This person wasn't in my community. I just heard from the grapevine. Okay. Another one I wrote down, he would get angry at anyone who would leave his server. He would blackmail. Blackmail was used, and gaslighting too. He would say things like, oh, how fucking dare you? Like, how fucking dare you leave my server? You used me, this, that, and the third. Used you? Bro, it's a fucking Discord. People are allowed to leave. You act like you're closing the door and like locking the door and they can't leave. Like they signed up for a 30-year contract. What are you fucking on about? He would gaslight them. I've seen the DMs of him saying like, oh yeah, so you use me? No, fuck off. I'm better off without you. Bye. There was one instance where one of my community members, someone who I had in my community first, and they joined his. And when she left, he said, you're taking my followers. He said, oh, you took so-and-so with you. He's like, and then I didn't see the above messages because it was cropped, but somehow my name was messaged. And he used it as like, oh, I could get you. It looked like it was insinuated that he could ban this person from my community. Like on a whim. And the person stood up for themselves, and as they fucking should. They said, you think I won't leave Swiss's community? I was gaming on my own. I don't need it. Good on you. Because true, you don't need my community, but you damn sure don't need his community. Don't stick around for that fucking bullshit. I saw the screenshots. Now, if they're comfortable sharing it, I will put it all in Discord, like I said in the document. He's gaslighting this person, and that drama leaks into my chat. I was told a story about this person that got the drama. I don't know if you guys were witness to it. Maybe you were. It was literally like last year. I don't remember what month, but it was last year. Someone came into chat angry, really angry. And from my understanding, this person had beef with Nerd about, he spun this lie so much to me the other day when I screenshot it and send it to that person. They said, Swiss, this is not what happened. This is not what the argument was about. This guy made it seem like every woman in his Discord was pawning for him. He made it seem like, oh, all these girls are flirting with me. I don't flirt with them. I'm just a nerd. So that was beef with that person. And I'm glad they got closure from it. At least I hope they did. He told me, he said that he put a tweet or a thread or whatever the fuck out and said, oh, I really need someone to talk to right now because his dad's in the hospital. I really need someone to talk to. He said, came into his DMs and wanted to fool around. He didn't show me screenshots, but he said that. I said, huh? That's weird. Why would she think it's okay to be sexual and upfront? That's really weird. Have you done that before with her? He's like, well, I mean, we've talked and we've gained. I said, no, have you done that before with her? Have you flirted with her before? He's like, well, no, not really. I mean, I think she did have feelings for me, this, that, but I don't know. It never went farther than that. And I said, and you liked it and you were okay with that boundary being crossed with your wife is what I said. And he was like, well, no, it's not my fault. I'm just a nerd. I just want a game. This is that. Nothing's my fault. And I'm like, but did you establish boundaries? You're a fucking adult. What do you mean? I don't know. They said, well, no, it's not that I didn't like the attention. I'm like, okay, so you did like it. So you did acknowledge it and you allowed it to happen. This is what he's saying. By the way, this is all a lie. This is not what their argument was about. And this was not coming on to him sexually, by the way. That was a fucking lie. This is what he told me. The lies he told me. I saw the screenshot of what they were really arguing about. He just wanted to know why she got blocked from him. Because he had different boundaries from him. That's why he was fucking mad. He started getting mad at me, saying, oh, sorry, God forbid I want to make friends. And I'm like, nerd, this is the second person you have brought drama onto. This is the second person that you've dragged me into that is my community member. The second person. I said, why does this keep happening to you? He said, I don't know. It's not my fault. This, that. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I said, okay, from now on, this is where he really got mad and I noticed he stopped coming by. I said, from now on, nerd, I wish I had it pulled up so I can tell you, but again, I'll show you screenshots later. He said, okay, sorry, my fault for ever wanting to make friends in your community. I said, nerd, if you're flirting with them, that's not friends. My bad for trying to be close and being in a close-knit community. He's like, my fault for trying to think that I could be in a community that's engaging and that can be, you know, that can be nice. That's where I said, bro, that's not friends. Is your wife okay with this? He's like, no, not really. What do you fucking mean? No, not really. And then he just left me on red. Like always, he left me on fucking red. He ran away from the conversation the minute I confront him about bullshittery. There were even people that came forward on threads and said, yeah, he always gave me creepy vibes. There were women on there that said he was sexist and toxic and said women can't game and belong in the kitchen and shit like that. That's crazy. That's insane. You know why that's insane? Because you're a horrible fucking gamer. You are worse than all the women I know and have met on Twitch. That's fucking wild. And when he's in here and this community, what does he say? Oh, pop off queen. Oh, women go through so much. Oh, women are so strong. So where's this change coming from? You didn't even stream. And after that person asked, hey, nerd, can you stop sending your Twitch link and stuff and promoting in my Discord? What did he say? He didn't stop. He didn't stop until he was removed. But I'm sorry for everything. And I'm sorry he left such a vile and disgusting stain in this community. He claimed his mom was a narcissist. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, huh? And there was one other woman recently, one of his OF, I guess, friends. She was on threads and I felt bad for her because I know she was going through it the same way I was because I thought I knew him. Fuck him. I'm sorry for my community, but fuck him. He gets no tears. Hold on. Her, basically, the OF creator, she came to my DMs. She was talking mad shit about me and my community on threads on his side. Because guess what? He created another account. He came back on threads. Oh, guess what it was called? Uncultured Nerd 2.0. The fucking idiot. The actual fucking dumbass, troglodyte dumbass is gone. He got ran off on that one too. She came up to me and said, here's what I said. I was mad because she was saying bitch asses who have to say shit anonymously. I'm sorry. I'm speaking from the memory. I have no ill will towards her. Like, Godspeed to you. You got lied to. I'm sorry. But I'm speaking from my memory. It's not you. I'm not aggravated towards you. And I won't say her name because I don't want to drag her in too much. But she was talking shit about me and calling us cowards, calling us, you know, motherfuckers, like scared motherfuckers, this is that. And there's like, yeah, that's my bestie. Don't mess with her. Bitch. I'll kick your ass too, the fuck? I know you lost weight. We probably in the same fucking weight class, bitch. If for legal reasons, that's a joke. Okay. And she was talking mad shit. I said, does she know? She doesn't know, does she? I said, if you want proof, you want evidence of what kind of person this person is, slide in my DMs. If you want that, if you need that, slide in my DMs too. Either or. Whichever you want. She did slide into my DMs. I have no beef with her. I'm sorry. I was just reliving the anger I felt. Sorry. And she said, I want to believe you. I saw that he deleted his second account and he's running away from it. And then she's like, that's making me even more suspicious. Maybe she won't mind if I read her DMs because I'm not outing her, but I don't want to misspeak for her because she's someone brand new that I met and I don't want to misspeak for her because I don't want any hate going towards her either. Okay, it started off with her message. She said, you're right. I don't know why, but he's not like that with me. She said, then again, the beginning, I did have to put him in his place and he's been good about it ever since. And that's why I'm hesitant about believing he's how you guys are saying he is. She said, I'm also confused as to why he would be paying anyone. That's gross if it's true. And seeing he's deleted his shit again, now I'm curious to see if there's a reason for that. This woman sent me a screenshot of Nerd in Discord, his Discord that he has always, and he renamed himself. Chat, we only have one in this community, and it's the woman that plays Apex. Is Threads famous? Hopefully it doesn't affect her ego. Don't do that to me. My issue with him was always him trying to guilt trip me into gaming with him or making me feel bad for not playing. He did the same thing, and what I do? Ignored it. The fuck? Fuck I look like? Bitch, I ain't got no time for gaming. I only game when I stream and that's it. The fuck? But I'm sorry you had to deal with that. If anyone in here wants to hop in and give your testimony,